How's it going, movie and TV fans? Welcome back to another review on the Film Nerd Reviews channel, and today we are looking at the 2021 feature film, The French Dispatch, directed by Wes Anderson in his first film since 2018, which, in hindsight, isn't that long. Now, in terms of Wes Anderson movies that I have covered on this channel previously, The Grand Budapest Hotel is, as of now, the only one, but we will be moving forward and reviewing the remainder of his films that I have not yet seen. So that is everything from Bottle Rocket all the way through to Isle of Dogs. Obviously the exception to that being The Grand Budapest Hotel, as that's already been covered, but everything else in between will be covered. But nevertheless, today we are talking about The French Dispatch, one of... Actually, if you saw the top 25 movies of the year video I did a while ago, then you'll know that French Dispatch came in at a wonderful number 2, so there is high expectations for this, because it is a very fucking good movie. Now, a little backstory to this movie. Originally, the trailer for this movie was shown in my local cinema, so I was excited. I wanted to go and see it. I was waiting for it to release in my local cinema. So the release date came around, and it was like, it wasn't listed in the listings yet, so I was like, okay, well, it'll be out in a couple of days. So I got back a couple of days later, and it's not on the listings yet. So I asked one of the workers there, are you going to be showing The French Dispatch? To which they responded with, what is that? So I immediately am just like, that's okay. So I then find out that it's not playing at my local cinema, and I make the treacherous, well, not treacherous, but I make a journey to the next nearest cinema of the chain that my local cinema is, which is an OD in the United Kingdom. So I made the journey to the next nearest one in the next, I think, town or so along. It was about an hour away, so I made an hour's long drive to see The French Dispatch. I saw it there, I loved it, and I loved it so much that I actually saw it a second time, but not there, in a different cinema when I was on the way back from London from seeing my cousin. And I went and saw it there. So I've seen it twice in the cinemas. It was the first Wes Anderson picture I saw in the cinema. Yeah. I mean, I love the movie. It's as Wes Anderson as Wes Anderson. The black and white in the opening section in the first story. I may point out The French Dispatch. It's split up into different stories. I think it's 4 or 5 of which include revisions to a manifesto, and the first one as well. Hang on. Concrete Masterpiece, revisions to a manifesto, Private Diary with the Police Commissioner, and I think there is one before that, which is the one, this one. Which is the one with Owen Wilson in at the beginning of the film. So it's split into several different stories told in different ways. I think the best one is the final story, the one with Lieutenant Escaffier, which the name I genuinely can't remember it. Excuse me. The Concrete Masterpiece is my second favourite. I really think in the Concrete Masterpiece, Leia Sodi was brilliant, Benicio del Toro is brilliant, Adrian Brody is brilliant as well. So The Concrete Masterpiece is my second favourite, but I do really like the last one. Each story is told in a very different way, in a very fun way, but also in a very Wes Anderson way. It is obviously a Revisions to a Manifesto is, much like Calvin Dyson, my least favourite of the stories. A Private Dining Room with the Police Commissioner, that's one. That's my favourite one, because you've got Stephen Park in that one, you've got Matthew Almwick, who was in Quantum of Solace in that one, you've got Jeffrey Wright, who's really good in that one. Overall, the whole movie and each of its stories is structured brilliantly. There are the use of black and white and then transitioning into colour. Like in the last one, there's a scene that between Saoirse Ronan and then this child, and it's in black and white, but when she puts her eyes towards the almost like the letterbox, so the kid can see her eyes, it transitions to colour. So that is something that works really well. The film also, in the middle section, the Revisions to a Manifesto, there is sequences in full widescreen, opposed to most of the movie being in 4:3. So that's another. Again, it uses certain design elements to make it more quirky, which works to it in its favour. I'm not gonna lie. It makes its structure one of the most interestingly weirdest structures of a movie in a while. I'm not gonna lie. The animated car chase. There's an animated car chase in the last segment, Private Commissioner, which has really good animation, despite the fact you'd think with a movie with a smaller budgeted movie like these, do you think it wouldn't have the best budget? But it works. It works. And the score to this movie by Alexander Desplat is just incredibly awesome. I am, to this day, still fucking pissed off that it was never nominated for Best Original Score Oscar, because it should have been. I'm very upset about that. That pisses me off greatly, because the music in this film is some of the best film music I've heard in a very long time. But yeah, it's a fantastic movie. And its whole structure is absolutely fantastic. I mean, you do need good concentration to fully keep track of everything, because it moves quite quickly when transitioning out of each story and it's the other ones. I love Wes Anderson movies. From the two I've been exposed to so far, I can't wait to watch the rest of them. And like I said, the one thing about this movie that annoys me the most is the fact that Alexander Desplat was not nominated for Best Original Score for this movie. He was for Grand Budapest Hotel, which my personal opinion has slightly not weaker, but I think French Dispatch here has a much better music than Grand Budapest Hotel, which is why I was annoyed that this movie wasn't nominated for that. But as a movie, it's just a really great. Listen, these anthology kind of movies can go several different ways, and I think here it works really well. You've got the stories, and you've got the bit at the beginning and the end, which sets up the French Dispatch newspaper, and then the obituary bit towards the very end of the movie, which you're hearing the score from. Which if I've heard the score from, oh, you're actually hearing that bit now. And if you want to hear and learn more about the French Dispatch original motion picture score, you can watch the French Dispatch original score video on the second channel, which will be out on the end screen at the end of this video. So, please check that out, because that was a fun video to make. Yeah, I love the French Dispatch. It's one of my favourite movies of 2021, one of my favourite movies of all time as well. I can't wait to see what Wes Anderson does next with his next movie, Asteroid City. And, yeah, well, I won't say it exactly for children, because there's a lot of swears and some full-body nudity in the movie. There's full body and then just top nudity as well. So there is that. So it's not exactly for the kids, but I would recommend it to anyone, because it's a fucking fantastic movie. And yeah, this has been my review of Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch, released in 2021. A movie that, like I said, I had a very unique experience of seeing this movie, going to see it in anywhere but my local cinema, which was an interesting experience to say the least. And yeah, I think everyone should check this movie out because it is so much fun. Yeah, this has been my review of The French Dispatch. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to check out all the other videos on the other channel. We did a playing some of yesterday. We're doing the Doctor No soundtrack review today. Music dropping very, very, very soon. On the 27th, we are dropping the new intro music that you're hearing. You heard at the beginning of this video. That's dropping on Spotify and the platforms. Been a bit of a delay getting it out. It should be out soon. Again, the link to pre-save that is in the description, so do check that out. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day for now, and yeah, go watch The French Dispatch. In the United Kingdom, The French Dispatch is currently streaming on Disney Plus. As far as I'm aware, in the United Kingdom, there are no plans to release The French Dispatch on any form of physical media. It's available to purchase digitally across all digital platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, and other places that you purchase movies from, and the Microsoft Store and stuff like that. But I don't think there are plans to release The French Dispatch on physical media in the United Kingdom, which is a shame because I would cop that shit immediately. Anyway, thanks so much for watching my review of The French Dispatch. Have a wonderful day, and do not forget to check out all the other videos on the channel. Bye bye for now.